All right, let's dive right in. Today we're talking about something that's not just tweaking the edges of our digital world, but completely reshaping it, Agentic AI. And look, this isn't some small incremental update. We're talking about a genuine paradigm shift in how we build, manage, and, well, think about the web.
Just imagine that for a second. A web experience that's, well, perfect, absolutely seamless. No more annoying 404 errors. You get personalized recommendations exactly when you need them. This isn't just a nice-to-have goal anymore. It's the powerful promise of the tech we're unpacking today.
And I want to be really clear about this. This isn't science fiction. This isn't some pie-in-the-sky idea. We're talking about your reality in 2026. Seriously. The analysis shows that this level of autonomous web management is set to be the new normal in just the next couple of years. So yeah, the future is coming at us fast.
So what's really under the hood here? What's the engine driving this massive transformation? Let's get right to it and define what we actually mean by agentic AI.
Okay, the key words to really latch onto here are independently and without constant human intervention. This is huge. We're not just talking about AI that follows a pre-written script. We're talking about agents that can actually plan things out, execute really complex jobs, and then learn from the results, all by themselves. And this is where the difference really becomes crystal clear. Think about traditional automation. It's basically a tool. You give it rules, and it follows them, period. But agentic AI? That's a whole different beast. It's a platform. It's autonomous. It's constantly self-optimizing by learning from live data. It turns a static, boring website into this resilient, living, breathing ecosystem.
Okay, so the theory sounds great, but what does this actually do? How does it change the day-to-day grind of web development and management? Let's look at the core transformations this technology brings to the table.
Just think about the implications here for a second. You've got content that updates itself to match real-time trends. Errors, they get spotted and fixed before a human even gets a notification. And you can finally deliver true, one-to-one personalized experiences for every single user, at scale. But here's the real kicker. This frees up your best people, your human experts, to stop putting out fires and start focusing on big-picture strategy and real innovation. At the end of the day, though, new tech is only as good as the value it creates, right? So let's shift gears and look at the real, tangible business results that early adopters are already seeing with these agentic systems.
46%. I mean, just let that number sink in. That's a huge figure. We're talking about a mid-sized retailer that saw their annual hosting and support costs drop by 46% after bringing in agentic AI. How? Well, it practically eliminated downtime, and they didn't need overnight support staff anymore. Just wow.
And check this out. This shows the impact on the user experience. This was a healthcare portal that used agentic AI for its accessibility features. Their bounce rate, people leaving the site immediately, dropped by 32%. At the same time, their conversion shot up. And it's pretty simple why. The site was adapting to each patient's specific needs in real time. It just created a completely frictionless experience. This idea of a self-healing infrastructure, it's a total game changer. We're finally moving away from that old reactive model of maintenance. Waiting for something to break and then scrambling to fix it. Now we're in a proactive world where the system itself anticipates problems and solves them before they ever affect a user. And the speed is just incredible. What used to take a whole week, all that testing, iterating, deploying, can now happen on a continuous rolling basis. This kind of acceleration gives a business a massive competitive advantage. It means you can jump on new market opportunities almost instantly. Okay, so the potential is obviously huge. But how do you, as a leader, actually make this happen? How do you navigate this transition without creating chaos? Let's talk about the strategic roadmap for getting this done right.
For any leader looking at this, it really comes down to these three key areas. First, security and trust. You've got to have robust monitoring and totally transparent auditing. Second, integration. Let's be real, plugging this into legacy systems can be tricky, so you have to plan it out methodically. And finally, adoption. You need a structured, phased approach to manage risk and build up momentum.
So, here's a really practical, three-step model to get started. Step 1. Launch small, targeted pilot projects. Go for some quick, early wins to show everyone the value. Step 2. Build on modern, cloud-native platforms that are API-centric. All that means is they're designed from the ground up to connect and share data easily, which is absolutely critical if you want to scale. And Step 3.
From day one, you have to define clear, measurable KPIs. You need to know what success looks like.
All right, I know what you're probably thinking. There are some big questions that always come up when leaders start thinking about this tech. So let's just tackle them head on, shall we?
This is usually question number one, and it's a good one. Is this stuff actually safe for your most important mission-critical applications? Can you really trust an autonomous system with the keys to the kingdom?
And the answer is a confident yes, if you have the right framework in place, with what we call robust observability, which just means you have a deep, clear view into what the system is doing, and transparent audit trails. These agentic systems can actually be more resilient and even more secure than a lot of the traditional, manually managed ones.
Okay, the next big question is always about the bottom line, the ROI. How quickly is my organization going to see a return on this investment?
The key here is not to try and boil the ocean. You don't need some massive, disruptive overhaul. By being strategic and focusing on high-impact areas first, think customer support automation or deploying real-time personalization. You can start seeing measurable, positive results in just a matter of weeks.
So let's pull this all together. The writing is on the wall. This technology is moving so fast that it's shifting from being a nice, competitive advantage to being an absolutely foundational requirement for any serious digital strategy. And that really leaves us with one last critical question. It's not a matter of if this is going to happen, it's happening. The only question you should be asking yourself is this: is your digital strategy ready for the agentic era?